Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Gladys on Love, your go to place for relationship, intimacy, and connection. I'm about to go to bed, but since I'm not sleepy yet, I decided to go ahead and turn on my camera. And for today's video, I would love to talk about two common problems why women can get orgasm or not feel pleasure during sex. So first on the list is body shame. A lot of women are so insecure about their body and don't feel confident about their look. Some of them would even turn off the light when making love to their partner because they're just too shy. And one of the best position actually for women to feel pleasure is being on top, being the cowgirl. Yet a lot of women don't want to do that because it makes their belly flabby and they just feel so embarrassed to be seen like that. But we forgot that sex is all about connection. It's all about being in the moment with your partner. What's sexy is being connected in your body and feeling sexy. And what is more sexy is when you're present and in the moment. Forget about pretty and focus in your pussy and what does she want? What does she need? I know that it's easier said than done, but trust me, I used to be very insecure about my body, about my belly, being a mother of two. I don't expect for my belly to be flat and all of that. Plus, I have a lot of stretch mark as well that really create a lot of insecurity in me, and my boobs are not as perky as it used to be, and that really kills my self-confidence. And it took me a lot of work, a lot of love and compassion towards myself, reminding myself that, hey, yes, my boobs are not as perky as it used to be, but I was able to feed a child. I was able to provide for my kid. And yes, my stomach have a lot of stretch mark. It's because it was stretched to carry and nurture a child inside me. And why should I feel ashamed of that? I should feel proud that I was able to do it. And for those women out there who are insecure about their body, I just want to tell you that there's no need for that insecurity, regardless of how you look. Again, it doesn't really matter. What matters the most is how you feel about yourself. And when you feel sexy, you show up sexy and you look more confident and attractive for your partner. And there is a very simple exercise that I actually do to reclaim that confidence into my body is I like to look at myself in the mirror completely naked and actually dance. I want you to dance your hips in circle. That really creates that sensual, energetic energy. It's like you're inviting yourself, you're seducing yourself back into your body, and it creates such a very sexy and sensual movement. And you also try to touch your body as well, feel your body. This is a very good way to get in touch with yourself and again to start feeling sexy from within. I remember, I think it was first 2 or 5 months in relationship with Eli. I remember this moment where he showed me a story of a woman who's doing TikTok, and he was asking me if the woman's eyes is real or filter because it's just so big, and I told him it's a filter. But I was actually so locked into how the woman looks like. She looks so pretty, big boobs, nice body, and I just felt this energy, this jealousy inside of me. And what I did is I went inside the bedroom and started crying. And I asked myself, where is those emotion coming from? Where is this jealousy coming from? What did my partner do? Like, why am I starting to feel angry with him when he's just asking me about this woman? And why do I feel jealous that he's looking in that video? And then I realized I was feeling a lot of insecurity because that woman has something that I feel like I don't have. I feel like I don't have a sexy body. I feel like I don't have big boobs. I feel like I don't have good hips, and all of that just so consumed with insecurity. And that's when I started stripping naked and I started looking at myself in the mirror, and I realized how much I hated what I look like. And when I noticed and observed those emotion and feelings towards myself, I was actually shocked to realize that I had so much negativity towards me. And that's when the self-love and self-compassion actually kicks in, and realize like, wow, why do I do that to myself? Why do I hate myself so much? Like, I should be the one to actually give myself love. I should be the one to praise and boost myself and validate myself. That's when I started doing this practice of just looking and appreciating who I am and what I am, and accepting my body regardless of its shape, its form. And it's very healing and it's very powerful, and it really helps me to show up better as well, to show up better for myself, to show up better in front of other people, and most especially to gain that confidence back and to be more in the moment when I'm making love to my partner and forgetting about how I look, but being just tuned in and being in the moment and connecting. And the second most common blocker for women to be in their pleasure is the shame of having desire, or slut shaming. There's double standard for women. Women who enjoy sex is a slut. And that is something that is culturally wired for a lot of women, especially here in the Philippines. No wonder us women, we are too shy to ask our partner to have sex or ask for what we want, because again, it is labeled as bad. It is labeled as women being a slut if they ask for it. And when I realized that I'm adapting to that kind of mentality, I started trying to break it down and actually start initiating and asking my partner to do that, asking Ile, like, hey babe, I want to play. And also telling him that, hey, I pleasure myself earlier, or hey, can you watch me pleasure myself, or can you join me as I pleasure myself? It's actually very empowering to be able to do that, to be able to ask for what you want and not just wait for your partner to wake you up in the middle of the night, or just wait for your partner to actually make love to you. You know, pleasure is our birthright, and pleasure is something that is available within us, not just to have sex with our partner, but to actually also play with ourselves. And sexuality is a greatest life force there is. We are born in sex, and why are we feeling shame and guilt around this area? And let me use this space to actually invite and give permission to all women out there to embrace their sexuality, to embrace their desire, and to be fully open and welcome to express it with your lover. Again, don't be shy to express what you want, because sometimes men, they actually think that you are not interested with them or you don't like them, because they also would notice that you are not asking it. They would notice that most of the time they're the one who's initiating sex. And it's actually a good feeling for them too if their women are also initiating it. That tells them that their woman actually wants them and their woman wants to be connected to them. And that creates an even more stronger bond between the two of you when both of you are able to openly express and tell each other that you desire each other and that you want each other. So that's it for today's video. I hope that this is somehow helpful and informative. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe as well. And if you want to continue supporting me in my journey, feel free to become my YouTube member or also join me in my Patreon and become a Patreon member. Thank you again, and I would love to hear your thoughts about this. And if you've experienced this, if you've seen your partner having those two blockers, and if you have any question around this topic, feel free to share it in the comment section below. And I also do one-on-one coaching, so feel free to reach me out at gladysonlove@gmail.com. Thank you again, everyone, and have a beautiful day. Mwah.